This is Mark Freely, the North Shore injury lawyer. When someone gets into a car accident, there's basically three different parts of the claim going on. The third part of the claim deals with, do I have a case? And a lot of things go into the answer for do I have a case. Because of the no-fault system, it makes it more difficult to answer people's questions about whether you have a case. Cases are basically two different parts. The first part is liability. How and why did the accident happen, and who's at fault for what percentage? Because in New York State, we have a comparative negligence statute that says everybody's liable only for their percentage of fault. So the first thing we do is we look at the fault part. Where there's clear liability, those are the type of cases that we're looking to get involved in. So we first look at that. Then we look at the extent of the damage. Now, if there's a little scrape to your bumper, it's too difficult to prove that there is an injury related to minor damage to the vehicle. I'm not saying that it's impossible to have an injury when there's minor damage to the vehicle, but in Nassau and Suffolk County, it's a tough sell. And then we look to, well, what are your injuries? And how soon after the accident did you make a complaint of pain or problem? And then we look to see how soon afterwards you've seen a doctor. Is it a couple of days? Is it a week? Is it 3 months? The longer a person waits to go to a doctor, the harder it is for us in terms of proving a causal relationship between the car accident you were in and the pain or problem that you're experiencing. So we look at that, and then we look to see what type of therapy you've had, what type of testing you've undergone, what type of specialist you've been to, and we try to put that all together. Because you get your no-fault benefits automatically, and you get your medicals paid for, the lost wages paid for, the legislature decided they were going to put in a threshold. And this is the distinction between no-fault and having a case. The no-fault has a serious injury threshold statute, and there's a definition under the New York State insurance law that defines exactly what a serious injury is. It would be one of the following: death, dismemberment, significant disfigurement, a fracture, loss of a fetus, being out of work for at least 90 days. And there's other gray areas that would include neck, back, knee, and shoulder injuries. So a lot goes into evaluating whether or not a person qualifies under the serious injury law as being eligible to pursue a case against the person who caused their injury. So many times when people come to me and I meet with them, and I'm not able to tell them, do you automatically have a case? We have to wait and see how you recover from your injuries. What we'll do is we'll get involved from the beginning to make sure that we protect all of your rights properly in case you do have a case. And so we'll help you with your property damage, and we'll help you with your no fault. We will be in touch back and forth about the doctors you're seeing, the therapy you're having, the test you're undergoing, and we'll slowly create an image of what's going on with you physically to see if we can bring a case. And we'll be in frequent contact, so you'll get a feeling along the way about whether or not something's going to pan out in terms of the case or not. I'll be totally honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And I'll tell you, as soon as I know if I think you have a case, I'm going to tell you. And if you don't have a case, I'm going to tell you that too.